Okay, in this video I'm going to explain to you how to create your own backing track for your rap using GarageBand. So to start with, you can either go to the dock down the bottom and launch GarageBand, which is the symbol that's got the little mini guitar, or alternatively, if it's not there, simply go up to the spotlight window over here and type in GarageBand and it will come up so we can launch it. So depending on who used GarageBand on your computer last, it will either open up a project or suggest one. Regardless, what I want you to do is create a new project. So I'm going to go New Project, and I'm going to select Loops for the moment, and this will make sense why in a moment. So we'll select Loops, and I'll go Choose, and I'm simply going to call it Mr. Vieira's Rap. And in this case, I'm going to save it to the desktop. So you might notice if you don't see all of this window, you might have to bring it up. But importantly, I'm going to tell it I want it to save it on the desktop so that I can see it. You don't need to worry about any of this at the moment, but we'll go Create. And you would have noticed, I'll just hide this, but it's actually put Mr. Vieira's Rap here in the corner. Okay, so let's bring up GarageBand then, and the thing that I want you to do is for your rap, I want you to add some instruments and sounds that are going to help you perform your rap, right? And especially for when we re-record it. So to do that, you need to do a couple of things. The first one is make sure that this little icon here, which is called the loop browser, right? It's like a little loop-de-loop symbol. Or if it's a on some of the other versions of GarageBand, you might see that it looks a bit like an eyeball. But either way, if you put your mouse over the top of it and just hold it there for a second, it will often say view or hide the loop browser. So make sure that's activated, and in this case it is because it's blue. And you'll find that it's got a whole stack of different instruments. I'm going to start by looking at different beats, drum beats. And what you'll see is that on the right hand side here, there's a whole stack of different types of beats. If I want to listen to one, I'll simply click on it, and it comes up with a beat. Clicking again stops it from playing. So the first thing that you need to do is find a couple of beats that you like for your rap. Okay, so let's say that I'm happy with Club Dance Beat 007. What I now need to do is add it to my timeline, and in fact in the middle of the screen here it says drag Apple Loops here. So let's create a track by clicking on this and then dragging it over to here. And when I let it go, if I press play, it actually has that beat in there. So the next thing I need to do, once I've got a beat, I've got to find out whether that beat is the right speed for my rap or not. So to do that, you'll need to change this little window over here and change it from this quaver icon to where it says project. By clicking on it, you then notice that it changes a couple of the settings over here, and one of them is the tempo. The tempo refers to the speed of the music, and at the moment it's 120 beats per minute. So let's pretend that I'm going to use our example, which is my name's TJ and out on the street I'm the hip hop king, I'm son of a beat. So I need to find a pattern that is going that fast. Okay, so if I do this one, this is a bit faster. So I'd have to go, my name's TJ and out on the street I'm the hip hop king, I'm son of a beat. So that might be a little bit too fast. I can slow it down by clicking on the tempo and dragging it a bit. Let's see where that ends up. So I've put it at 87 beats a minute now. My name's TJ and out on the street. So I could have it slower, or indeed I can speed it right up to, I've got it at 189 beats. My name's TJ and out on the street I'm hip hop king, I'm son of a beat. So you'll see that there are some speeds that are just too fast or too slow. I'm going to put it at about 100 beats per minute, and we'll just test to see where it ends up there. Okay, let's see. So 100 beats a minute. My name's TJ and out on the street I'm the hip hop king, I'm son of a beat. So that's working pretty well there. So let's pretend that I've got my beat, and I'm going to have 4 counts at the beginning. I'm going to have 4 counts at the beginning, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm actually going to start my rap. My name's TJ, and out on the street, I'm the hip hop king. I'm son of a beat. I'm hip, I'm bad, I'm mean, and I'm the king. I can now notice that I've run out of loop. So in order to extend it, there's a couple of ways to do it, but the easiest way is that if you drag the mouse to the very top of that segment there, can you see how it comes with that little loop button, right? If I move away from it, it turns into the arrow, but if I go to that top corner, that loop, that lets me drag this pattern out for as long as I need it. So I'm going to extend it out for an extra bar, and that should give me my 4 counts in. 3, 4, my name's TJ, and out on the street, I'm the hip hop king. I'm son of a beat. I'm hip, bad, I'm mean, and I'm the king. I can rap, I can groove, and man, can I sing. So the next part of the rap, when you're not the king, TJ, it's me, Mace is the best, and it's easy to see. But instead of having club beat dance 007, I'm going to have a totally different beat because I want to change it up a little bit. So let's have a listen to a couple of different ones. Let's do that one. Okay, and I'm going to stick it right under here. So let's pretend we're finishing off the first part of the rap. 2, 3, 4. Mace, Jay, it's me. Mace is the best, and it's easy to see. I'm the hippest, whatever it says. I can't remember. So there I've got my beats. I might now add a few extra things in there. For example, in between the end of that rap and this rap, let's put a space in here, and I'm going to put like a little shaker sound. So I'm going to have a look. I'm going to find a shaker. So in the bottom over here, you can search for different types of sounds, and let's go shaker. Here we go. Here's a whole stack of shakers. Okay, let's just add shaker number 5, and I'm going to stick it under here. But I only want it for the space in between here. So what I'm going to do is shorten this loop. To shorten the loop, you remember that at the top it makes it longer. Well, if you go a bit down the bottom, it comes with that little symbol with the arrows on either side. So I'm going to click on it and drag it, and that's going to fill in that little gap. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to finish the first part of the rap, and then you're going to hear the little shaker sound. And then the other one, and this is what it's going to sound like together. 3, 4. Oh, what's the name of the rap again? How's it start?
My name's TJ.
Thank you. My name's TJ. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. My name's TJ, and out on the street, I'm the hip hop king. I'm son of a beat. I'm hip, I'm bad, I'm mean, and I'm the king. I can rap, I can groove, and man, can I sing. Shaker. You're not the best, TJ. It's me. Mace is the best, and so on. So, once I've got some little bits like that, I might want to add let's say I want to add a bass instrument. By the way, every time you press one of these buttons, it filters out a whole heap of other ones. So if you go beats, it gets rid of, say, guitars, for example, because guitar isn't necessarily keeping the beat in the same way that a drum would. So sometimes you'll have to press reset. In this case, though, I'm going to look for bass, and over here is the bass button. It will come up with all these different basses. Let's try this one. Whoops. Let's see over here. Disco pick bass. Edgy rock bass. Okay. Let's try adding this edgy rock bass underneath here and see what it sounds like together. I'm going to put it over here. Alright, let's see what it does. So we're going to have 4 counts in and then this bass. 2, 3, 4. And then you've got a different idea there. So, what you can do is add lots of layers and lots of variations to your rap, and it's up to you to be creative, but essentially it's the same process over and over again. Let's fast forward and pretend that you're finished doing all of your musical accompaniment stuff. So the next thing is to actually record the rap. To record the rap, you need to add a track over here by pressing the plus sign down the left-hand corner. So I'm going to press plus, and I'm going to record what's called a real instrument in GarageBand for audio recording such as your voice. Now the computers have got a little microphone in front of the camera over here, so we can just use that microphone to record. And you can see that as I talk, it's already monitoring my voice. Okay, so what will happen is that when I press record over here, let's fast forward over here. If I press record, la la la, it should be recording. Okay, la la la, it should be recording. Okay, can you hear that click in the background? That click is used when you record to keep the beat. But because I've got my music there, I don't need it, so I'm going to turn it off. It's called the metronome. I'll click it off and the click goes away. Right. When you record, what's really helpful is for you and your partner to plug in headphones into the computer, because the microphone, which is in front of the computer, is going to pick up all the sound that it hears, including the sound from the speakers, so it's going to record the backing track on top of itself again. But it's just to give you an idea, so use headphones, it'll work a lot better. But let's give this a try. How's it start again? My name's TJ. Right, here we go. Let's go. My name's TJ and... Let's go. My name's TJ and out on the street I'm the hip hop king, I'm son of a beat. I'm hip, I'm bad, I'm mean and I'm the king. I can rap, I can groove and man can I sing. You're not the bass CJ, it's me. Mace is the best and it's easy to see. I'm the hippest rappers in the neighborhood. Something I can't help it, I'm good. So let's pretend, let's have a listen actually first of all. My name's TJ and out on the street I'm the hip hop king, I'm son of a beat. I'm hip, I'm bad, Okay, let's pretend that I'm now happy with my recording. I want to be a rap star and put this on iTunes and sell millions. Okay, so the next step is GarageBand kind of wants to know where the end of the song is, and it just estimates roughly where it thinks it's going to be, but usually it's not correct. So what you will notice is you need to fast forward a little bit, but if you look really closely up on the top here, there's that little mini triangle. All right, that little triangle tells GarageBand this is where the end of the song is. So what you need to do is to drag that triangle all the way back to wherever you finish your song. So I'm just dragging it, dragging it, dragging it. Okay, I'll put it there. And what will happen now is that when I press play, you'll find that the big red line here will actually stop at that triangle. Something I can't help it, I'm good. And then just stop. That's important because otherwise, if I left it where it was way over here, it's going to add like another minute worth of silence in my song, and I don't want that. So here's what you do. Once you finish your music, you've done your recording, you've gone through it, you think, yep, I'm ready to go. You now need to take it out of GarageBand and convert it to an MP3 or something else that a computer can play, or an iPod or something like that. To do that, you go to the share button, and we're going to go export song to disk. Export song to disk. I'm going to export it, and you can choose AAC, which is like Apple's version of MP3, or an MP3, it doesn't really matter, but let's just go MP3, let's go high quality, and I'm going to go to export. For the time being, I'm going to export it to the desktop, and I'm going to call it my #1 hit rap. Okay? And I'm going to save it to the desktop. And that's it. Now it's finished. Let me save this work. So I'll go File, Save, GarageBand, Quit GarageBand. Don't worry about that. Just say no. And now I've got a couple of things. I've got, whoops, a bunch of photos that I don't want. Go away, photos. I've got over here my GarageBand rap project. To back it up, because you probably won't finish it today, get that file, drag it to your USB. Okay? When you come back to the computer, make sure that you copy that file back to the computer, because what happens with music recording is that the computer is using the computer inside the computer to record, when you plug a USB, it has to do everything. It has to record what you're doing, then send it to your USB, record it onto USB, send it back to the computer and play it back, and that causes little problems. So just keep it on the computer, and when you finish it, back it up. But over here, you'll find that I've got my #1 hit rap, and if I press play, my name's TJ and out on the street I'm the hip hop hit. Right, you can now put that on your phone and show all your friends and everywhere else. And that's it. Are there any questions, girls? Tops.